Alright, so in this video, we're going to go over inflow, outflow situations. Alright, so here's our example. A metal tank holds water. A pipe pumps water in at a rate of 8 gallons a minute, but a crack in the base allows water to leak out at a rate of 2 gallons per minute. How much water is in the tank after 60 minutes? Alright, so to tackle a problem like this, you kind of have to break it into two parts. The first part is how much water, how fast is water is going into the tank. So how much water will be pumped into the tank in 60 minutes. Then you figure out how much water is going to leak out of the tank in 60 minutes. Then you take those two numbers and subtract them from each other to get your actual gallons that are in the tank after an hour. Alright, so first off, let's work on how much will be in the tank after 60 minutes. So we know it's going in at 8 gallons per minute times 60 minutes. Alright, of course the units will cancel out there, and then 60 times 8 is 480 gallons. That's how much will be in the tank after 60 minutes. Now let's do how much is leaking out of the tank. Well, it's leaking out of the tank at 2 gallons per minute times 60 minutes. So again, the units will cancel. 2 times 60 is 120 gallons. Alright, so subtract 480 gallons from 120 gallons and you get your answer. So you will have 360 gallons of water in the tank after 60 minutes. Alright, so again, like I said, break it into two problems. How much is going in the tank in that 60 minutes? How much is coming out of the tank in that 60 minutes? Subtract the two, and that's how much water is in the tank after the 60 minutes. Alright? Now let's do one more example, and now I'm going to change it up a little bit. Instead of giving us a nice, it's going in at 8 gallons a minute and leaking out at 2 gallons a minute. Alright, now let's look at, it's going in at a rate of P of T equals 2T squared plus 5 gallons per minute, and it's leaking out at a rate of R of T equals 4T gallons per minute. So now, how do we do this? And we still want to know how much is in the tank after 60 minutes. Now, how do we do this? Well, you start it the same way. You break it into inflow and outflow. So, going into the tank, you take the integral from 0 to 60, because that's 60 minutes, of the equation they gave you. 2t squared plus 5 dx. And so now let's solve this. When you do all this, which you should know how to do, you're going to get 144.3 gallons. Alright, now you do the out. So again, you take the integral from 0 to 60 of 4t dt. Alright, that should have been a t. So now, take the integral for that, evaluate from 0 to 60, and you get 7,200 gallons. Okay? I'm sorry, that's a comma. Get 144,300 gallons. Sorry about that. So now, you simply take the in, so 144,300 gallons went in, subtract the 7,200 gallons that came out, and your answer is 137,100 gallons. That's how many gallons are in the tank after 60 minutes. Alright, so you're still using your integrals. That's why this is still in the integrals unit. So your inflow and outflow. The main thing is you take your integral of your equation, P of t equals 2t squared plus 5. You integrate that from 0 to 60. Of course, the 0 is going to cancel out because when you integrate this, you're going to get a t. This would be 2t cubed divided by 3 plus 5t. Evaluate from 0 to 60, just plug in the 60, you get 144,300 gallons. Do the same thing for the out. Take the integral from 0 to 60 of 4t. Integrate and then do from 0 to 60. Of course, the 0 is going to cancel out. 7,200 gallons. Subtract the out from the in to get your total number of gallons. So we have 137,100 gallons in the tank after 30 minutes. Alright? That's pretty much it for inflow and outflow. I could give you more problems, but that'd be kind of redundant. So you can watch this video as many times as you need to. Make sure when you come to class tomorrow, you're ready to work some problems. See you tomorrow.